So, Lawrence, are you there, Lawrence? There he is.
Yep. Can you hear me well?
I can see you, we can hear you. So, you're one of our regulars on this, and it's always lovely to see you. And you always bring such beautiful energy in it, and it's always, let's say, out there. Which I love. You did originally say you were thinking about doing some Arcturian activations and meditations, but as I was saying earlier, I never
Yep.
hold
You
guests to
predicted
any of
it
that.
really good. It's not going to be an Arcturian um, activation.
That's fine. I always say that the spirits and the dragons, they always love to change the plan. So I always keep it very loose and don't say you must do that because that's what you said. So yeah, do share whatever you want to share. And then at
Okay.
the end, if there's any questions, people please have those ready. And if you want to type them in as we go, and then if we get a chance at the end, if there's any, then Lawrence can answer those. But Lawrence, the stage is yours. Welcome again, and it's always good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Okay. Thank you. Um, so let me clear the space. And if you allow for this clearing or whatever, just say yes only for the highest best good of all. Then clearing the space, opening barriers for everyone so that this transmission will not be interrupted or distorted. Sorry, I'm a psychic surgeon, so I have to clear the space for a bit. So it's my ritual for a bit. Thank you. Balancing all chakras, everything, releasing what is not of highest best good, transmuting, throwing it back to you. You can convert it whatever you want to your abundance, wealth, prosperity, health, whatever. Well, good. So what we will be doing today is meditation, two of them, and some more if we have time. And these meditations are technically two of my skills that I created, but they want me to expand on it on what it does. And one skill is called Nessie, which is a grid work skill, and another one is more like for your energetic maintenance, something like that. So let's begin with Nessie, which is short for necessary. I just made them shorter because it's easier to cast them when you're doing it in a psychic surgery session or you're doing grid work. So I just compress them so it's seconds. But this is the ultra long version of it. So let's begin. You should sit in comfortably just in case you go into a trance, don't fall over, something like that. So I want you to prepare water as well if you need to, what do you call this, drink up in case your some of your chakras get rebalanced and it requires you to drink water. And if you're ready, just close your eyes. And I want you to think of the smallest form of particle, from atom to protons to quark. Now, with that quark, I want you to hold it and I want you to bless it and tell it, I give you, I bless you, whatever you need in the now, in the present, and I love you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. I heal you. Now, once you do that, go up a level. Let's go at atom level, protons, electrons. Just held your hand and just replicate what you have done to the first one. Or you can just say replicate. Let's make it things simple. Just say replicate. So it automatically does what you did to the first one. Then let's go to your cell level. call all of your cells, all different cells, neurons, tissue, whatever. I want you to put your hand in the front and do the same, replicate. Or you can say, I love you, I bless you on what you need. Thank you. Now, once you're done, go up a level again. Go to your organs piece by piece. Thank them for what they have been serving you. And you are now here because they are still functioning. And say, I love you. And I honor you. Forgive me for what I have been doing that may have harmed you. And please forgive me, and I forgive you for failing sometimes or going beyond your capacity that you couldn't cope up with what I've been doing. Then now, let's go up a level. All of your chakras, not just the major ones, even the minor ones. See all of these nodes of stars in your body, in each of your hands, your fingers, your back, your shoulders, all the way to the tip of your feet. All of these have major and minor chakras, and see the energy flowing. And I want you to replicate. Say, I love you. Thank you. And I release what is stuck or whatever is holding me back. And I want you to go to your normal size and normal flow. Now let's go up. Now you see your body multiple times, all of your bodies. I'm not gonna say a number, but just see what you have access to. Normally, they have 7, and some have more. You have your physical, see them side by side, or you can spread them as much as you want. See your physical, etherical, mental, emotional, your astral, all of your bodies, line them up, and see all of them have their own auric fields and their own chakras. And I want you to do the same on what you did on your chakras. You bless them, thank them, and release what is not yours. Go up again. Now you will see all the energetic chakras, ley lines on your surrounding, the trees, the life, the mana in the air, everything. And I want you to touch them and do the same. Thank you. I love you. Forgive me. I forgive you. I bless you. I heal you. Thank you. Let's go up. Now, now you're a little bit higher on the atmosphere and you can see your city you're in. Put a round magic circle on it. It is made of gold and see the beam of white light coming down, powering it up. And I want you to push that down to that city and bless everyone, everything, all that you're seeing in everything in that city, air, everything. And I say, I love you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. I heal you. And thank you. Thank you for serving you so that you have a place, a roof on your head, everything, a place you can go to, everything. Now let's go up again. Let's go to your country. Whatever. Let's remove all of the politics, everything away, because for sure you love it for a reason and you're in there for a reason. And there are things that you're appreciative, even though you may say something else from time to time, but still, it's still serving you. It's better than somewhere else. And I want you to do the same on that one. And when you're ready, go up. See Earth spinning around. On this point, whatever you believe, even if it's a hollow Earth, a round Earth, or a flat Earth, see it in your point of view. See it spinning. Now I want you to form a magic circle all around it, like a rainbow, all around it. Spin it everywhere. And I want you to bless that planet, Gaia, as she have gave you a vessel for your human experience. And I want you to thank you for that. I want you to thank her for that experience, for the vessel. And I know she done sometimes some natural disasters. Please forgive her. And sometimes you do some stuff that may have polluted her. So please forgive me for doing that as well. And send healing energy so that this transition or ascension goes accelerated, and everyone who is not awakened will be awakening in their own timeline as we merge into that singularity. See all of Earth's chakras activate. See all these energies going all around in the planet. And as it envelops you as well, breathe it in. Let it flow through all of your chakras. Let it flow down to Earth's core and let it flow out to the central sun, wherever your central sun may be. Now, as you flow this one, I want you to zoom out again and see all the planets, all the stars around you. See all of them giving you light and everything. Feel their energy. They are always there looking at you and say, I love you, I bless you, thank you. And I bless you. And thank you for all the blessings as they are contributing to your existence right now. And some of them may be also your home on another planet, dimension, or universe. Let's zoom out. Now you're seeing galaxies. Some of this may be your home, maybe Arcturians, Andromedans, whichever galaxy you're from on your other lives, not past lives, as they are all in the present. And see your all other selves in these other galaxies connect to you. Feel their energies, absorb their talents, share your worries, release what's worrying you, absorb all their gifts, and give your gifts to them as well. Connect with all of them as they connect with you. Feel all of your other relatives from these other dimensions as they share unconditional love with you. Feel it through your bones and everything. Feel that cold, warm, or whatever you feel in your right now. It may be a tap on your shoulder, a hug from your body. Breathe it in. They are just there. Now I gave you the divinity. We go beyond galaxies on a universe level. I want you to hold your hand like holding a basketball and hold this galaxy, shape it into a ball. Now we go multiple universes, multiply them into billions, spread them all out in front of you. You now see multiple timelines, multiple universes, but some of you may not exist and some of you may exist in a different form. Now I want you to heal them, thank them, acknowledge them, bless you. As you bless them, connect with all of them. See the network of these energies flows into you. Know that you're divine, that you are not just a vessel in this human experience, but you have a higher calling to heal not just this planet, but beyond. Now I want you to send your healing energy, whatever color it may be, gold, purple, whatever, and send it all through all of these galaxies, universes, alternate timelines. Heal them, evolve them, ascend them, and bless them on whatever they need, as some of them may be in a chaotic timelines, and accelerate it. Now slowly go back into your body. When you're done, and I'll give this time for you to simmer if you want to go somewhere else or do something else with these alternate universes. And when you're done, you can just open your eyes and thank you. Just let me know when you're ready. So looks like everyone's done. So what happened is that it's a grid work, but more expansive. And I do this almost every day or a couple of times in a week. I call it necessary, whatever, because I created average 1,500 skills, and this is just one of them. And I there's so many of them that I have to cast, so I just called Nese, which is cast whatever necessary skills to help these multiple dimensions beyond me. And if you go beyond yourself and go beyond just what you're experiencing right now, it creates a feedback loop, and it creates what do you call this? Multiple pathways and abundance to yourself. More like brownie points, something like that. And I sometimes use this when the zooming out, when you're first trying to meet your galactic family. You can just send your beacon by seeing yourself just keep on zooming out to the planet, to like from where you're sitting all the way looking at the planet. If you're having a hard time, just do a Google Earth, then just zoom it out from where you're at. They know where you are, but it's just giving the strong intent that you're saying that I'm here, I'm open and ready, I'm open and ready. And some of them may not be a humanoid. Like I said, be prepared if you're really open to see none, because not all life forms are humanoids. And yep, they said stop. Okay. Any questions so far?
That was beautiful. I think there's a few comments and people showing you lots of icons and saying thank you. And somebody had a big ball energy they were visualizing. Then now they know why. So, yeah, that was amazing.
I do this when I touch a tree. It's normally at the end of my day. I touch a tree and hope no technically. And it's one of my methods of accelerating my manifestations. And it's when you notice, okay, you want to put this in out there. When you notice that your manifestation are accelerating, there are more lessons on how to handle your mentality or handling of your thoughts. Because when you manifest as smallest thoughts, your emotions and everything affect it, and it will manifest positive or negatively, and you don't want to manifest negative. I have an ancestry, and they are not from planets. But sorry, there was a question. Where was that? They are not from planets, but dimensions. So should I change sending to the planets? Well, technically, it's more broader than planets and dimensions. When I cast spells, my scope is all dimensions, all alternate timelines, all galaxy universes, all planes of existence. By saying all planes of existence, it goes beyond what you don't even know. But there's only absolute when you say exist, meaning you are a manifestation of something. If you do not exist, you're nothing. So when you say all planes of existence, meaning it exists, even though if you don't know it. So it affects wider spectrum than what we normally know as a human. You're in a very difficult timeline. When that question is when you're in a difficult timeline, there's multiple ways to go away from it. When people say they are in a difficult timeline, meaning they are in a bad relationship, they don't like what's happening in their timeline, multiple steps. But there's a lot of probably 50% or 80% of what's happening on that timeline that you don't like is your doing. I'm not gonna say this is gonna be a rabbit hole. Because I've been jumping timelines and people change. Even your closest neighbor becomes your enemy one time just to teach you something, especially if they're vibrating out of your space and they are done with their function or their lessons. So what happens is that even the closest people around you, your family, your people, even your enemy or best friend, they change your timeline. Like different person, you have to treat each person neutrally and don't be anchored on what was past. That's lesson number one. Because when you anchor to that past, you anchor to that timeline, you couldn't get out. You always believe that they always cheat, then you will always be attracting multiple timelines that they will cheat. You get what I mean? So that's what they are saying that you sit in is you put in live in more in the present, like be more discerning, be more self-love and everything. So if you feel something is wrong, then probably think of ways on how to navigate it as an opportunity. And if it happens, then that's when you respond, not react to it. Respond to it. And what's the lessons here? You always ask first, what's the lesson here? Or what am I missing? Why is this keep on reoccurring? Why am I attracting the same kind of people? What needs to be changed around me? Because people change on each timeline, and I am a living testament of that one. I have tons of stories about it, and we will burn 8 hours just for multiple stories about it. Example of, okay, they want me to move on to another one, but final note on that timeline is that your manifestation is perception. If you see things in a negative way, you're manifesting negatively. No matter what happens in your timeline, it ends when you go beyond the emotion. When you see it as an experience, you will see it end. Then of course, there's another lesson coming in. But when you just jump off that big lessons, you will see that is the other lessons are easier, and now you can navigate more easier because you know it's an experience, it's a lesson. But you don't have to be not compassionate on everyone on that timeline, like saying, I don't have to worry about you because you'll change anyway. But you have to focus as well that everyone in that timeline is doing their soul contract for you to learn and go to another higher timeline. So be appreciative, even with your enemies. Sometimes they have a quote that yesterday's enemies is today's friend. I'm not sure if I did say that properly, but it's interchangeable. So there's a point where I'm in the middle of argument. While I'm arguing, I'm already seeing my emotional body arguing, and I'm in the back thinking, what can we do better? What's the lesson here? Then I was like, oh, the lesson was like, I need to do something to sample my NLP lessons. I was reading about it, I was studying about it. Now the universe gave me an opportunity because I was thinking, how do I practice this? Universe gave me an opportunity to practice it. And I started practicing it on that thing. And this argument came out of no reason, one of those no reason argument. It just came on, and you're like, I didn't do anything. But like I said, when I talk to my other bodies, your other selves, they said it's just for you to practice. Technically, it's not, they say it, you just get it. Like it's in your, I'm not sure which clear it is, but it's something like that. You get it, something like that. When you start trying to be the captain of your ship, no wave will hit you, and you will see, I wonder if I can turn my ship into a submarine so I don't care about the ship, the waves, something like that. Imagine your vessel as a boat. Whatever wind hits you, you just have to adjust your sail wherever it blows. You have the power to adjust your sail. It's more like a, I'm not sure idiom or phrase, but you have the power to adjust your sail. So you take that wind, and how you process it is all up to you. So that is your divine power. And when you take hold of that power, you will see that jumping this time is very easy. You will see all the abundance, and you will get more abundance. Abundance is technically doing what you need to do in the now. Capacity to do it. If you need to eat now and it comes, you have the capacity to do it. You're abundant. Okay. I'll have to push that later on because there is also a money activation I'll do today that they told me to do. And money is energy, and you have to build a relationship with it. And it's also part of your manifestations, right? So if you have limiting beliefs and positive beliefs with money, like money is the root of all evil, then the other one is like money will enable me to do what I need to do. Then those are conflicting beliefs that pushes and pulls your manifestation, and it gets delayed. So there's that. We'll cover that later. They just want me to discuss it. I'm not sure. Everyone's talking in the back like all at the same time. So I'm trying to get which one information to get out. So I'm speaking a little bit faster. So let me know if I talk too fast or nonstop because I'm trying to get out what they want to say as fast as I can, as long as I can remember it. So let me just check in some more questions before I proceed. There are multiple timelines as well. Yep, there's timeline where there's no humans, where dinosaur didn't extinct. I've seen those, and yeah, I've seen the flat Earth timeline as well. It's catastrophic. Then now let's see what's next. Any other questions so far? Oh, okay. So when everyone's ready, I'm gonna talk about in my awakening, I was exposed to an angelic city in the sun called Perelia. And the last time I tried to take someone there is that they said it's heavily guarded, they cannot go in. But right now, I'm gonna take you all in there where I meditate a lot on my initial journey. And it's an angelic city. So let me see what this needs to be done. I'm calling all the angels, all the entities that is needed to be present, all the guides, other selves that is needed. Activating all of your vessels or your transportational bodies, whatever you need. Maybe it, we call this. I can't remember the name. It's like a spinning inverted triangle with another triangle upright, but it's like Merkaba. There you go. But there, it's just one of those vessels or transportation on how you use it. There are multiple other technology that you can use, and I'm activating all of those, all of your Merkaba's and other technologies that you use for astral travel or traveling, as sometimes each race or each of your capabilities may be different. Now I want you to, all of you, to close your eyes. And now I want you to teleport in front of the sun. It looks like a furry golden ball with its flames. You can touch it, feel it like a fur as you wave through it. Now, I'll open up hat. It's a giant gate with two thrones in the front. Throne angels, technically. And as we go in to that door, you will see a vast plain. But that plain ends in like a cliff. But as you see what's beyond the cliff, it's a sea of clouds. On that on the edge of the cliff, there's huge trees, and there is crystal steps all around the tree, like a spiral steps or staircase. So I want you to position yourself wherever you want, up the tree, in the spiral case, or in the root, into your meditative state. And I want you to be comfortable, see what's beyond. And as you look at the sea of clouds, you will see another central sun in the middle, more like the sun's core, illuminating golden light. You see the waves, the beams of light coursing through all of your body, from your soul star chakra all the way down to earth star chakra. Now, I want you to focus to all of your physical needs with your physical body. Allow your body to release what is needed to be released and put it in a ball and hold it and lift them up with one of your hand and blow them away. As you blow them away, you see small fairies, angels, pick them up and transmute them. And as they push it back onto you. Thank you. Now I want you to look at your emotional body. Put all that negative emotions, all the things that you yearn for, or what you are holding in, the things that you couldn't say, or things that you couldn't express, as you think everything will judge you. Release all that into that ball, your guilt, your regret, your anger, resentment, your envy, your loneliness, everything. Lift them all up again and blow it away. See it as it disappears and convert into golden light, and breathe it in as it flows back into you. Thank you. Now I want you to focus on your mental body, your negative thoughts, everything that you're doing for labeling other people, label thoughts, beliefs, limiting beliefs, all of your old patterns, past memories, past beliefs, lessons that's holding you up, all the applicable 3D patterns and habits that you're holding on to that's keeping you from moving forward. Procrastination, addiction, the control that you forces on things that you couldn't control, all the uncertainty and the worry. Hold them all up, put them in the ball, lift them up, and blow it away. And as the fairies and the angels transmute it, breathe it in, and feel the love that it have given you as you release it. See all your pain in your body that's been holding up, the stagnation that have been released. All of this excessive love for yourself, or the desire to be better or more important than anyone else, the intense desire usually for sexual pleasure or for money or power or fame, the overconsumption of food, the desire for love or passion, the physical laziness or disinterest in spiritual matters or neglecting spiritual growth, uncontrolled feelings of hatred or rage, the sadness or desire for the possessions. I want you to release all of them. The fear of moving forward, the fear of being in a path of uncertainty. Release them all. And breathe it in as they are being transmuted. Now I want you to empty your mind. And I want you to ask yourself, what do I need to do in the now? Or whatever questions you're asking, which is in the now. And here, see the guidance from your other higher selves, your spirit team, as they give it to you. I will amplify their voices, their messages, so you can hear them It may not be what you wanted, but it is what you need in the now. And I will leave you in this space and go back into your body when you're ready. Thank you. So you can go to this space whenever you want to, when you're confused, when you don't know where to go or what the lesson, when you need guidance, you can just go to that space. That's some one of my, you can create your own sanctuary or safe space. It's just that my, what do you call this, my angelic team on my initial awakening said that I created this space before I reincarnated in this plane. And if I'm lost, I should just go there. Then sometimes I go there for small things, and sometimes they kick me out because I shouldn't be there, because the small things I'm trying to delay or procrastinate. So they sometimes kick me out. So if you got kicked out, you don't, the answer is already within you and you already know what's the answer and you just have to do it. And sometimes they say sometimes the right and the hardest answer, hardest answer may be the hardest or the right answer. It may, because if you always go for convenience, you will always, your mind will always generate what is the easiest at the moment, but not necessarily the right one or the best one. So it's all up to you. It's your timeline. If you want to keep on repeating the same lessons, then do the same decisions that you do. But if you want to go beyond it, then do something else. What they said is more like you cannot really hit the same nail the same way and expect this different result. It's insanity. So doing the same thing, and well, technically sometimes you will have lessons like that, but it will be the same lesson, but you will notice that when you perceive it, it's different, meaning you can react differently this time and you will get another lesson for the same thing, but now you can react differently again, but not in a bad way, but in more you seeing it in a bigger, higher perspective. You want me to discuss about that? I'm not sure. This is a topic that some people are fearing in this planet, per se. It's I'm not sure if I can cover it. I'll just throw it. I know. They just said it's a topic about what they call demons, a race called demons or archangels or fallen angels or whatever. It's a race, or what I can say. It's like if you have a body of bullies and you have a body of goody two shoes or like nerds, in not in a bad way, more like who love studying. If you have both of them as friends, then technically you're protected on both ends. How do I say that one in a bad way? Give me better words. Have you ever heard of the time when your guides tells you that when you reincarnated on this planet, if you go beyond the duality and go back to your godliness, evil, darkness, or whatever's negative, sometimes negative is not bad. Like how you destroy that meat or cook it, you're destroying it to turn it into something else. So anything that dark and light is beyond you as you grasp on your divinity, your God self, meaning your perspective is go beyond this planet, reconnecting you back to your all primary higher self. And some of you may not be on that stage yet, but you will be. Don't worry. You will be still on that path where like, oh, there's demons. Oh, these people. It's like, everyone's fallen angel. No, no, no. You're still on that path. Or if you have to learn it, and I won't force you to jump off the wagon because you just want to be divine. But there's lessons there. And by the time you graduated, all the light beings, all the dark beings are there to protect you for everything. Whatever rainbow color you call it, light, dark, red, green, whatever. As you are now God, above that spread, or what do you call this? It's like a prism of light, right? You shoot it down a crystal, it's spread out into multiple rainbows. Spectrum, thank you. So it's something like that. This is just a part of this planet's experience. You think there's demons other planets? Well, there's mantises or like Black Panther Lyrans and everything. And some people, if you put in a Black Panther Lyran in front of them, when they're not ready, they will say, demon! Exactly. And you haven't even saw what do you call this? The bat entities. Man, they look like vampires like in Van Helsing movie. They look like that, but if you go beyond the look, it's unnerving at first. So I have a manifestation around. They want me to tell you about this one, but there's a dark entity when you are protected by all sides and you grasp beyond your divinity. You don't care about curses, don't care about bad lucks. Those are just energy for you to transmute, take in, become your abundance. Those are just become a form of energy that you can transmute. And even sometimes these dark gods or whatever, they will transmute it for you to become your abundance without malice or non highest good intent. Just don't play with fire when you're not ready. What happens is that Kalima. Kalima is they call this a negative god to some, but on me, what she gave me is she transmute karmic depths. She destroys it, and I use her powers to remove karmic debts from other people so that they can ascend faster. So, like I said, multiple entities, multiple timelines. I may be a demon on another realm, and I may be an angel on another realm, but doesn't change the fact that whatever lessons I learned when I was a demon or whatever, or a mantis or an ant or a rock, they even said, you were sometimes a rock before. I said, what was the lesson there? Well, you were trying to learn to be stubborn. So you have to play a stubborn family member on another lifetime. I said, okay, a rock, okay. So when you see on a higher perspective, nothing will faze you because you create whatever you want, right? But this belief, the belief that's holding you back, that pushes back your manifestation. And sometimes if you have to still clear things on your mind, because a single negative thought can manifest instantly. So one of my story of manifestation is one day last week, I was like, I just saw the property tax bill and it's like increased 30%. And I was like, how do I pay this? I leave it to you guys. I'll just do whatever I can with this one. And I hope that, not really hope, that I know that it will be solved soon. And the next day, payment came without me even telling to other people that it should be paid. It just came that they wanted it to be paid. So they paid for it. So I didn't have to do anything. It manifested just like that. Okay. They said I haven't delivered it clear. Manifestation accelerates when you are less expectant on the results to control what the results are, and less what do you call this, have limiting beliefs that's canceling the manifestation. There was a time where I was discussing that when you want something, the manifestation is there, but now you have the manifestation train is there. I pray for abundance, wealth. Universe says yes, but you have to build the tracks. But sometimes the tracks is built, but you put blockages on it with your beliefs and you pushes it back. And when I say timelines, sometimes when you're this timeline and you change timeline, the people said their interest suddenly differs from what they want. They suddenly aligns on what you want, and they just do it for you. You get it? You don't do it yourself. It just happens in a magical way that will affect your timeline. Thank you. Something like that. It just drops like that. How do I? It's a rabbit hole. Manifestation is a rabbit hole, but as you release more things that's limiting you or judging, labeling, and everything, the more faster it becomes, and you will notice it. And the more you are careful with what you say. Oh, I don't have money today. Universe will say, okay, I'll give you more opportunity to say that thing. You go to a mall, oh, I want that, but I don't have money today. Oh, I want that one. Oh, I don't have money today. You see what you're trying to manifesting? You're manifesting luck. So that's what they're saying. Be careful what you create. And most of the time, people are manifesting what they don't want by worrying or succumbing to their emotions or the lack. So that's why it applies with abundance. You keep on focusing on things that you cannot control. You fail to see the guidance, the abundance of information that you get on how to navigate it. You have free will. And sometimes the abundance will say, do this and you will get that. But you said, oh, no, I'm too lazy. And I've done that too. So it's not just you. I've done that too, because you can choose whatever you want, but if it delays you, then nothing I can do. But we all have free will and we all have a higher timeline. We all have multiple futures that you can, what do you call this? You want to go to. I think I've discussed what the future I want to go to before. And let's continue with the I love you money mantra that I prepared for everyone. I do this. I learned it from someone. Like I said, when the student is ready, the teacher will just come by to drop their lesson, and so I learned this from someone, and I keep on doing it, and I've been manifesting it very, very good, and I've been blessed. All I can say is that one, regardless. So I want you to call all of your negative beliefs about money. Money is not the evil. It's like power. You will have power, but whatever you do with it depends on what you do, right? So it's like someone give you a knife, you can create food with it, or you can stab a person with it. Same with money. So the only medium that we can use for the now, in the present moment, in the few years from now, I can say, is money to exchange for necessities that we can do, but that will change later on. It's been changing already from paper to digital to something else that I cannot say because I don't want to push that manifestation or future that I'm manifesting. And it's a wonderful one, especially for those who loves crystals. So, and I wouldn't worry about AI. You will thank AI later, technically. But for those people, it's like seeing AI negatively, don't go to that negative timeline, please. So yeah, and I think when we control, we don't trust. Technically, you trust a lot. You just don't realize. It's like when you say to someone, I don't trust that person. But what you trust is your belief. You trust something else, but you didn't see it, but you're negating it. Same thing with a lot of things, right? But you put your trust on something else that you move away from. Like, well, I don't trust money. Then what you trust? You trust what money bought already, that already manifested in front of you. That's what you trust. The process after that or before that, you don't trust, but you don't. What you trust is the belief before that manifestation. So technically, you trust something, but you have to put it where you want to manifest. I'll leave that to you. That's a rabbit hole that I won't cover for today, but I want you to realign you with the energy of money or wealth, whatever financial blockages. Let me release all of it. And whatever you develop after this session, I hope it goes beyond your expectations, but I really wish that you don't expect. Be comfortable in the uncertainty. They always say, how can you be surprised if you're always trying to control things? That's my guides always tell me. If you're trying to control things, try to expect, then how about our surprise? How can we surprise you if you expect a result? What if the surprise is something different than your expectation? You're building disappointment by expecting. And when you expect, you start a process of negative appreciation. It's a negative path because if it didn't happen, then technically your go-to programming is be angry, be unhappy, anything negative. So I pray that you shouldn't be expecting, even if you prepare for a project or whatever that you're trying to do. Because if it's meant to fail to teach you, it is meant to fail. It's how you stand up every failure, what's matter, and how you learn from it. Let's continue. They keep on throwing stuffs on my brain. I'm not sure for whose message this one is, but they keep on trying, say this one, say this one. So let me go to the money mantra. So I want you to close your eyes and feel all energies related to money, your wealth. It may be in a form of coins, bills, Bitcoin, investment, everything, businesses. And I want you to thank money for providing you and your family and everyone around you a roof on your head, ability to pay your bills, ability to eat food on your plate, to go places where you need to be. I love you, money. I forgive you. And please forgive me for having negative beliefs on you. And I forgive you on days where you have left me to align me to my highest best good. Please forgive me for wanting in excess of what I really need of you, but it's just for preparation. And thank you for giving me whatever you're giving me as well, the now. And please forgive me on all of my negative beliefs that's making a negative impact on my beliefs, emotions, relationships, and mentality in relation to you. I bless you and I thank you, money, and my spirit team for moving mountains for me to be in this wonderful present as I continue to enjoy this human experience. Thank you. Now, when I started developing my relationship with money, every time I use money for something, bills, gas, whatever, I thank it. I thank you, like I put in my gas. Thank you for allowing me to move places. I buy groceries. Thank you for afford giving food. I thank it. I give appreciation. It's like a give and take, right? And with that, you gain abundance. You're manifesting, you're aligning yourself with money, and it gives you more opportunity. So if they said if something fails and you try it 3 times and it keep on failing, stop. Do something else. It is not meant to be done that way. And when I have this lesson multiple of times, and when I keep on pushing it, oh, I have to redo it because I did it that way. So I have a number of 3 times. If it keep on failing, I stop and rethink what's happening here. What are they trying to say? Small example, I'm trying to build um, a crystal bracelet. It keep on failing or not going through the hole, right? With the beads. And they're like saying, stop it. Then I stop, then I check. Oh, it's extra, one extra, and it will not fit my bracelet properly, and I have to redo it. So I stop, look away one, finish it. But there's one time I keep on doing it, let me finish it. So something like that, control, human experience. So I finish it, then I see the flaw and I have to redo it. And I said, okay, my fault. I did it. I know it. Don't say anything. I know my mistake. Thank you. Thank you for the guidance. And they always say that be thankful for the guidance. Be like, I'm not sure why do I have a naggy team. They always nagging, but I'm thankful for that one because every guidance It's not for you to be controlled like a remote control, because you have free will. You can do it or not do it, but they're just saying, because I commanded my spirit team to align me to my highest best good, and I allow them and I give them consent to do so, to manifest into my reality. And that's why my guidance are extreme, because I told them to do so, because I said I'm ready and open. So I receive extreme guidance as well. So when they say you wanted this, so this is your guidance, sometimes I kick my small finger in the feet when I'm thinking negative stuff to just wake me up. But I couldn't blame. They said, when you blame someone else, you're just starting. When you blame yourself, you're halfway there. And when you blame no one, you already have arrived. So when I kick myself with my finger, like I'm dying, so something like that, I say, okay, I will stop thinking about it. Then I will always say, I call all my power back and release what's mine, because I don't want my negative thoughts to manifest negative things to someone else. And I call it back before it creates a manifestation. That's how fast my manifestation is. I have to call them immediately, because I still I'm still living in here this human experience. Of course, part of this experience is being angry, and we are all not perfect. We have pain points and we have lessons. It's a never-ending story, but it's fun. So should I do that? Nope. Okay. Uh, there was one activation that I wrote that I was planning to do, but they said, no, don't do it right now. So it it's how do I say this? Imagine this, where every year your body is renewing itself. It's rejuvenating with the help of your spirit team. They can change your body to whatever. I think I had that story before, that I was drinking coffee for 17 years and I had an upgrade. And the next day, I just drink water without withdrawal. Before if I don't drink coffee, my hands like, oh, shaking, and I get a massive headache, migraine. And when you are on the bio things, biohacking stage of your spirituality, you can even reverse your aging. My wife is keep on telling me, you're growing, looking younger, in your hair is growing longer very fast. I was like, but that's part of it. And you can do a lot of, and the main message is, they said, get to the point. My main message is, one of our and what do you call this, and forms. Almost all galactics have an average of 600 to 700 IQ that any AI can't beat. And we're going to that path as well. So I wouldn't worry about AI picking up the old 3D jobs for us to do something else. Telekinesis, whatever spiritual ability that you have, it's happening. And some people, I've talked to a lot of people who can even float right now, and they're just floating it on their own. And yeah, things are happening in an accelerated phase, and AI will feel something that we will be leaving behind. So I wouldn't worry about it, but that's all I can say for that one, because I don't want to push that manifestation farther again, because I pushed it 1 year late on my timeline. So I don't want to delay that one. Anyway, the the guidance will push you to where you need to be. Just ask your spirit team where you need to be, and you may start losing your 9 to 5 jobs and shifting to something else better. You know how I did it? There's one lesson in my timeline where I have to tell my boss I'm the only one working in this family So I'm the breadwinner. And on that timeline or lesson cycle, my guides told me, tell your boss that this work is not in alignment with you anymore. How scary is that? And I was like, I'm gonna get fired. So went to my boss. Hey boss, I need to talk to you. Someone. I was looking down. I was like, boss, this work is not aligned with me anymore. I was like something like that. Then the boss said, no, I need you. I can't fire you. I need you here. And I was like, it was a test of how far will you go if they give you a guidance that will eat up your ego. How, if you ask for guidance, don't blame them if they give you something that looks like you're jumping off the cliff. You will always focus on the 1% that you will fall and die, but you don't notice that maybe a net was down there. Maybe you will hang on a tree. Maybe the ground is soft. Those are 99% that may happen. But if you focus on the 1% that's negative, the worst one, you will manifest that one. So I have a lot of lessons that is like this. And it, for me, because of how much lessons I have, it became a miracle for me. Every day is a miracle, and I just don't hold it in anymore. Whatever negative you encounter the outside, then just think of it. What am I missing there? Oh, maybe I shouldn't label this, or just a simple, I shouldn't put negative. Maybe just in their timeline. And when you start talking like a person who transcends timeline, your timeline shifts like this very quickly. Not one day. Before, my timeline shifting was like monthly, then weekly. Now it's daily. Sometimes in an hour it shifts. People suddenly change their perception. And sometimes, yeah, you will be amazed. It's like having a miracle every day. That's all I can say when you're shifting timelines. There's one more weird time where when they told me, how about you play a piano? I said, for what? But there was a yearning before that I want to play this piece before, but I don't want to do a full lesson. But I played this game before that the keys keep on dropping, then you can just finger match it. So they said sometimes your do I have to say that? Okay. I'll move it a little bit later. Sometimes you have feminine and negative energy, right? So your creative energy is sometimes lust. That's the majority people think about how to utilize to release their negative energy. But when you do what you love, where you're zoned out, playing the piano, drawing, you are utilizing and balancing your creative energy. And most of my guys says balance everything. When you balance everything, then you'll be more happy. So I started playing. Then I played it even though it's so slow. The appreciation of having a dream come true to play that piece on my own, how bad it was played, I was happy that night. And sometimes some of the angelic reincarnations or star seeds or us, some of us, they said, can you control your, what call this? I'm not sure who's this message for. What do you call it? Sperm retention. Get it. I'll just release that one there. You'll get it. Whoever this message is from, some of the Galactics, I just want me to release it. I'm gonna cut it from there. I don't want to say anymore. so, so I just wanted to throw it there. I don't want to emphasize. Okay. Okay, moving on. So any other questions? I just want to throw that one out there. Oh, I'm just scrolling through if there is. questions in there. There's money. Money's love. Yeah. Anyway, any other questions before I hand it out to Kevin? You're working on that retention. I've been working on it too. They gave me situations that will make me stop it from doing it. There's another rabbit hole about that retention for males. That's why, and sometimes they said when you do spirituality, you can do whatever you want. You can still have one night stands, drink alcohol, everything. But when later on you realize you can have spirituality with all of those, but you will stop on your own. Why? Because you're limiting yourself later on. Is all I can say. When you're trying to do a breathing technique, when you're trying to release all the toxins and everything to evolve your DNA to something higher. And also when you're sharing your energies and taking someone else's energy by doing one nights, then you'll probably start picking your own mates, maybe. But that's all up to you and depends on your experience. I'm not gonna expand on that, but you take just be responsible on your actions because you get what you give. That's all I can say, especially on that part. Either way, you don't know what you take. Technically, that's the fun part of it. You don't know what you take from them when you engage into that activity. And there's also when you haven't ascended multiple, if you waste your seed, there's a physical event that's happening in your body within the moon cycles, especially in the relation with your date of birth moon phase with the current cycle that you have. So if you on those 3 days and you waste all your seed and you don't know when your seed is, it's an expansion of your spiritual gifts technically. That's when you go in deep through your spirituality. And that's another story for next time. I think I'm not sure which video was it, but I've seen it. You can just look up your date of birth, what moon phase it was, what percentage of it, and just before and after that date, 3 days, just don't do anything within those 3 days before or after that moon phase date, and you can check it on your moon phase right now, and you will see some experiences that is out of this world without going into what do you call this, chemicals, no, um not drugs, more like plants, there you go. So you will see those experiences without going through plants, some of you, if you are ready. And if sometimes you do plans when you're not ready, they will just kick you out. You're not supposed to be here. And yeah, so I know anything else, questions? None? Then I'll give it back to Kev.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much for that. I'm just going to put all of your links in so people can find you all over the place and listen to the rest of your talks and find you on the web and find you on Facebook. So please do. And everyone, let's just send lots and lots of love or whatever else you want to send to Lawrence for these beautiful shares. I always say whenever he comes on it, the subjects are so wide, and I just love the fact that he's halfway through something and he says, "Oh no, they don't want me to tell you that," and goes off somewhere else. It's beautiful. So Lawrence, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.